Hey everyone, welcome back to the Law Careers Net YouTube channel. My name is Simranjeet Kaur Mann. I'm a future trainee solicitor for a UK top 20 law firm, and I usually make videos about law, careers, personal development, and vlogging my journey to becoming a solicitor and beyond. If you want to see more of my videos, check out the link in the description below, which will take you to my channel, or check out my other social media sites on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn. Have I missed that one? Instagram. I think I said Instagram, I'm not sure, but if I didn't, Instagram as well. Now, before I start this video, I just cannot stress enough about how important it is to find the right law firm for you for when you begin your training contract and the rest of your legal career. Here are 5 reasons why it's important. So you want to feel happy and supported in your workplace. Your workplace is essentially your second home, so if you don't feel happy and supported in it, it can be quite difficult to manage. Secondly, everyone learns and has a different working style and learning style, and you'll find this when you start working in the law firm. However, when it comes to things like training contract structure, that's something that you have some control over. For example, would you work better in a firm that has a more structured training contract, or firms that have a more flexible training contract where you're not in 4 seats, for example, and you can find your own work? A training contract could be the start of your legal career if you haven't paralegaled or had any legal job before. So working in the right firm is really important for you, because if not, it could even put you off a career in law altogether. The firm has put a lot of investment in you, for example, for training you for 2 years, and sometimes even doing things like paying the LPC and GDL if you haven't done those before gaining your training contract. So therefore, you should see yourself working in the firm not only as a trainee solicitor, but beyond that. If you find yourself not working in the right firm for you during your training contract, when you qualify as a newly qualified solicitor, you may find yourself leaving your current firm, going to a new one, which is a completely unfamiliar environment and could place you at a disadvantage. And lastly, overall, working for a firm that promotes you, supports you, encourages you, and a place where you feel accepted, it does lead to things like better mental health, better productivity, better quality of work, and just general better engagement with the career that you're in. So how can you ensure that you found the right firm for you? Here's a step-by-step process that I took. So firstly, I asked myself, what do I want out of my career? It could be a career in law, any kind of career. What did I want out of it? So here are some things that I considered. Firstly, being intellectually challenged. Secondly, being valued and respected by my colleagues. Thirdly, working for an organization or a firm that placed a really high emphasis on diversity and inclusion. Fourth, I wanted to work for a firm where I would be given high levels of responsibility. And lastly, I wanted to work for a firm that had strong international and national connections to other offices and other firms. So this list may be different for different people. For example, personally, I knew I wanted a career in commercial law, but in terms of the specific practice area, I don't really have much of a clue about where I would end up, even now when I'm starting my training contract in like less than a month. So for other people, for example, who have a clearer idea of what practice area they want to specialize in, that could form part of their list of things that they're looking for from their legal career. So now you know what you're looking for. It's now all about finding those qualities in the firm when you're researching them. So one example for me that I really wanted in my future career was that I wanted significant responsibility. And as a paralegal, I was given that. And the reason why I was given that was because I was in a small team where there were no other trainees or juniors. I was doing the work typically that a trainee solicitor would be doing in the team. So therefore, I actively looked for firms that had a small trainee intake, one where you would be part of a few, not one of a many. Again, do bear in mind that this is different for everyone. For example, for me personally, the small trainee intake appealed to me. However, for someone else, a big trainee intake may appeal because of that social aspect, the fact that everyone's all in it together. There may be greater emphasis on trainee schemes and socials and initiatives. And yeah, I think, you know, that element could be missing when you are going into a firm that has a small trainee intake. Another thing I really want to highlight is I looked for firms that placed a great emphasis on diversity and inclusion. And of course, you can find information and snippets of how the firm takes diversity and inclusion on their website. But also, one thing that I like to personally do was see how the firm reacted to events in the past. For example, how the firm reacted to things like the Black Lives Matter movement that happened and gained popularity over the last year. Did the firm release a statement? Did they pledge to change their recruitment practices in their firm to reflect change? Did they put in place any new initiatives to encourage and promote change within the firm and help those from underrepresented communities? Another thing that can really go in your favor in terms of realizing what firm is right for you is actually putting yourself out there, actively attending events held by firms, and really being real with yourself as well. When you attend an event and you hear a certain thing about the firm initiatives, for example, and you think, oh my god, this is is really cool, I'd love to be a part of this. Really sit back and think, okay, that was cool, but why did I find that cool? Why was I interested in it? And the same goes the other way as well. If you're attending an event held by a certain law firm and something just isn't sitting right with you, you're just not comfortable with one aspect of what's being promoted, then think to yourself, what is it about this that isn't sitting well with me? And you can use that as a kind of deal breaker thing later on in the process about, you know, that's one thing that you definitely do not want in your future career. Hopefully this helps you out in terms of finding the right law firm for you. If you are still unsure about where to start, Law Careers Net is the perfect place to do so. Have a scroll through the Law Careers website. And yeah, I guess the final overall message with this video is putting yourself out there is really key in finding the career and the firm that's right for you. Good luck. Thank you for watching.